this is Star Nightingales. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry for my long absence, but I had a great chance to stay a little bit longer during my Easter holidays, and I took that chance and I just had a great time there, so I'm sorry for that, but I now want to start with fulfilling some of your requests, and one of these was to do an architecture or designer roleplay. I'm not too familiar with these, with their vocabulary and so on. I already told you I'm not a native speaker, so I don't feel really comfortable doing that, but I thought I might change it up a little bit and turn it into a tutorial, and I'll just get started and we'll see if you like it. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to plan a new room or even a whole flat is you have to get your measurements from your kitchen. For example, today we're going to start planning a kitchen, so I did take my measurements and did draw a plan. What you need to do is measure the walls and draw it down. I took 1 centimeter on this sheet of paper for 20 centimeters in reality, so 5 centimeters will be 1 meter in my kitchen. You also have to sketch the doors. You do it by drawing the lengths of your door and then a quarter circle the way it would close. And for the windows, you just mark where they start and where they end. Please do that before you actually go to a store or start planning it. Even take the height of your rooms, and yeah, maybe do a plan like I did. And then we shall get started by getting our inspiration. So what you can do, of course, is to go to a store nearby, and as it's a little bit difficult to take you there with me, I went there and I got some catalogs. So it's the Swedish company that we all know, and they have a variety of styles in here. They have, of course, their very own Scandinavian style. They offer different kitchens, very basic ones for young people, for students, for example. They have kitchens for young families with little children. They try to incorporate places to play and to draw while the adults are cooking, for example. And they have very modern versions. They even have a little bit extravagant kitchens, a little bit more on the pricey side, of course, if you would realize it in this way. For people who don't like this clean or cold style, they even offer country house styles. For me, it's a really nice style, but it's a little bit too dark for me, so I like to go with a Swedish country house style, with a Scandinavian style. For me, there's a good combination of all of these styles, like a compromise. It can feel cozy and warm in there, but it's still a fresh and light style that doesn't, look too heavy. So get your inspiration, get an idea of how you want to construct your kitchen, but do not worry too much about the fronts of the materials, because the nice thing about these kinds of kitchen is that they all use the same cupboards, and only the front material, only the cover, is actually in the style that you add, and of course the handles and all the surfaces that you add in the end. So after we got our inspiration, we shall start and think about what we want to put into our kitchen. So, one very important thing, of course, the electronic devices. I have a catalog here, but it is a very complex topic, and there are such many choices that it's hard to put it into such a short video. Just think about the very basic things that we all need, and this is of course a sink and a stove, an oven, a freezer, at least with a deep freeze compartment, and maybe a dishwasher. All the other things like steamers, incorporated coffee machines, water dispensers are optional and not necessary. Maybe you can even plan your kitchen in a way that you could add those things later. One more thing you have to think about is what kind of stoves or ovens you want. For example, when it comes to stoves, you have to think about whether you want an electronic stove, induction stove, or a gas stove. The positive aspect of a gas stove and an induction stove is that the heat is there very quickly. You switch it on and within seconds your pans and pots are hot, and as quick as the heat is there you can turn it off. I like this way of cooking a lot. I'm a big fan of gas, but I know that a lot of people don't feel comfortable having a gas stove in their kitchen. So the induction stove are very eco-friendly, and they have the same positive aspects of the gas stove, but without the fear that a lot of people have. They're very secure because they switch off when they don't have any contact, and they are very children friendly because they actually do not get hot. They just create a magnetic field that creates heat in a metal pot or pan, but it's a little bit bigger in version, and you maybe have to change your pot and pans because they have to be suitable for induction. So these are a lot of things you need to think about, and you have also to think about whether you want built-in electronic devices or freestanding ones. The positive aspect of a freestanding device is that you can change it out rather quickly, easy, and if you get a new one, you don't have to buy the matching one again. You can find a cost-effective one, and the negative aspect, of course, is that's not built in. It's not like a plain surface all over the kitchen. It's a freestanding device. After you decided what kinds of electronic you want in your kitchen, you shall find out what kind of cupboards you need to incorporate the devices, your oven for example, or your fridge, and what kinds of cupboards you want to use to put in your pots and your dishes. So this is a special flyer that tells you the different possibilities, how you can combine doors and fronts and doors, and they tell you the exact measurements of the different cupboards, the height and everything. And what I like to do is I take a second piece of paper and I start drawing on as I did on my original plan, to draw the different sizes of cupboards that I will use into my kitchen. I take the scissors and I start cutting them out. Maybe you should even think about labeling them before, so you know which cupboard belongs to which electronic device or what use you thought for it. So I will now continue cutting the different cupboards, and when I'm done, I'll come back and show you. Now I cut it out and labeled, draw the little symbols on top of them. I have all my cupboards here. I did already draw in the cupboards or the sideboards that I already have and that I know where I want to place them. For example, I do have a sideboard that I like to put underneath my windows because it just fits underneath. And I have an old dish cupboard from my grandmother that I would like also to include into my kitchen. So I draw and include in already these pieces, and the things that I wasn't sure about, I cut it out, and now I can decide where I want to put them. So it's very easy to find the right place for those little things that you're not sure of. Think about that. Think about the process of cooking. So it's helpful to have the sink very close to the cupboard with the dishes or your cleaning supplies, and it's helpful to have the oven near to the stove because you have to think about the process, about the action that you will do, and running around in the kitchen like crazy is a lot of work. So put the things the way you are actually acting in your kitchen. So I put all the different parts, and when I feel like I have found the right place for them, I can maybe glue them in, show my friends, my family, maybe they have different ideas, and then you can just change it and create your own kitchen. So this is the way how I like to do it, and after I'm done with it, I go over it again and maybe get some material samples, take them home with me, see them in the light, like some wooden parts or some fabric that I want to add, maybe even take a handle. Usually the shop should be happy and offer you the service that you can check the materials at home, and when you finally decided what fronts and materials you like to use, you go back to the shop and order your kitchen. So I hope that this video was helpful for you, informative, and still a little bit relaxing. It's for me a really easy way to create my kitchen and my other rooms, and I hope to see you very soon in upcoming videos, and I thank you so much for your time and attention, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Bye.